cleaning agent, the cleaning intensity, protein removal, and so on. So, how do we actually care about that, and how do we know if it's actually enough or not? I would like to bring you guys on a journey to see the unseen world of the contact lens. By the way, how many of you here are wearing contact lenses today? It's impossible, it's only one. I don't believe that. Okay, let me rephrase the question. How many of you actually prescribe contact lenses to patients? Everyone, okay, that's good. Alright. So every time we put on our contact lenses, we are actually introducing them to an environment that actually can grow bacteria, encouragement of bacterial growth and protein deposits. So of course, sometimes when we look at the microscopic view of the contact lens, you can see on the surface there is protein deposits, dust, debris, or any kinds of deposits. But there are some parts of the contact lens that we are not aware of. So this is what we can see with the naked eye. And then as you see the second point, of course we have the microscopic kind of deposits, bacteria or could be proteins. And so what I want to say is that traditional cleaning methods, there is a gap. We have been using the same methods for decades now, and nothing has changed. So maybe it's time for us to rethink our contact lens care and see how we can move forward as technology moves forward. Of course, our mindset and the understanding of hygiene, we also must move forward. Now, if we actually look at the microscopic view of the contact lens, because cornea is the only part of the body that absorbs oxygen directly from the air, so for our lenses to have high decay over T or oxygen transmissibility, we will have this kind of huge voids within the contact lens material, and that is how only the oxygen is able to pass through. But because of this, the moment you put on your contact lenses, all these microscopic proteins can actually be trapped within these voids. These are the things that we can't see from naked eye. Now, this is some of the sample pictures that I've seen in my own practice. This is one of our contact lens patients that has really poor hygiene. Other than just maybe fingerprints, this like this, the oil content that comes from fingerprints, dust, protein, and eventually they got corneal ulcer because of poor contact lens hygiene. And then there are also other patients that have inflammatory valvulate that is, I guess, is on the way to become a GPC. It's not that clear here, but yeah. Visible. These are not taken from internet, it's from my own observation from my own patients. So, because of this presence, it creates a kind of aberration surface on the eye that cause micro scratches or, mainly micro scratches and irritation of the eye, and eventually leading to infection, especially when you have open wounds. And this is what I see when the patient put on the contact lenses. This is terribly unhygienic. It's creepy sometimes. So, is clean enough actually enough for us? So there are also many studies saying that generally 1 in 5 contact lens wearers experience discomfort because of improper cleaning. So this is actually a gap between perception and reality, as we think that our contact lens is clean enough, but we are not able to see the microscopic part of the contact lens. So would lead to infections like this microbial keratitis, vision loss, contact lens related complication. Now, what is commonly used in the market, as we know, is firstly the multi-purpose solution. All-in-one, again, when you want to have something all-in-one, you will have to compromise something else. Then the second one is on the peroxide solution. Peroxide solution, we know that the popular brand that starts with A generally takes somewhere between 6 to 8 hours to fully catalyze the peroxide. And then we also have this protein remover, but they are more commonly used in RGP lenses. So how many many of you here contact lens wearer are still using the MPS? Still quite many of you, I believe. Then of course, sometimes you want to have more intense cleaning, you'll use the hydrogen peroxide, I believe. But when you actually use the multi-purpose solution, and of course we need to clean them by rubbing, you will eventually shred off the plasma coating on the lens. While peroxide system and protein removers tend to be a little bit stinging to the eye if you don't actually clean them properly. So we don't want any of this harm. These are decades old technology, I would say. But because of that, if you don't have proper cleaning, of course you will encourage protein precipitation, then eventually leading to corneal staining, hypoxia, bacterial growth. Then patient will experience red eyes, excessive tearing, dry eyes, you know, the usual suspects of contact lens related complication. But usually when you think about protein removers, do you know how frequent the manufacturer will advise you to clean your contact lenses with protein remover? Anyone knows the duration? Sorry? Once a week, all right. That is one of the common ones. Some of them even say twice a week. But it just suddenly occurred to me, actually just last night, I was like thinking, if protein precipitation is so vital, why once a week? Why not every day? Of course, I know the first concern will be the cost, because protein remover is expensive. And also it's a very potent chemical composition, I would say. Eventually it will somehow alter the material of the contact lenses, or even shred off the plasma protein on the contact lenses. So yeah, that is why they recommend to do it either once a week or twice a week, not every day. So of course there has to be a better solution, right? As our technology advances, we need something new. But today, in a fast-paced world, modern problems require modern solutions. So, like, yeah, the example of the picture is the hydrogen peroxide system. Take at least 6 to 8 hours. So, what if cleaning lenses can be as simple as just a click of a button? I believe some of you have seen the device that we have placed at the back, maybe some not. So, yeah, something as simple as that. So, what if you can clean your contact lenses anytime, anywhere, on the go, at work, or maybe even here right now if you like to. As portable as your mobile phones, where you can carry them anywhere, anytime. You are not limited to just your bathroom counter, like you need tap water to wash your hands, the towels to dry your hands, and so on. And secondly, what if you can actually clean them efficiently every single time? You don't need to wait for a week to use protein remover. Every single time is clean. And the most interesting part for me when I first know about this product, as simple as just using saline. It is kind of hard to believe, even for me, when I first see this. So, yeah, let's get into that. Introducing handheld water jet for contact lens. You can just actually shoot off the protein deposits without any abrasion. Right? Cool. Any comments? Okay, obviously this is a joke. So before we get into that, if we actually place like the product 101 graph from not so clean to clean, hard to use to easy to use, the multi-purpose solution sits somewhere around here. So as I said, because we are using the all-in-one, the idea of all-in-one, you can't clean them very efficiently. But of course it is convenient, because all you need maybe is about 1 to 2 minutes for both contact lenses. And then we also have the peroxide system and protein remover that sits about there. So of course they are definitely cleaner compared to the multi-purpose solution, but again they are very time consuming. So what we want is actually what we call a leapfrog product, that combines best of these both worlds, something easy to use and something super clean every single time. So this is where our 3N eye care RAO2 sits. We'll get into why we call that the RAO2. This is what the device looks like. This is the review of the product. So for something so simple to use with just a few taps of the button, of course there's a lot of technology going on behind it. All thanks to the company called 3N Eye Care. So this company, before they exist, So the founder actually started this development before 3N Eye Care is established as a company. So the very first prototype started on 2013. It was not perfected yet by then. So eventually, as time goes by, the founder, Miss Sun, and a team of hardware engineers eventually find the perfect solution, which up to today is the 6th generation. So I would like to thank Miss Sun. Miss Sun, xin zang zang.
Thank you.
So yeah, the founder is amongst us today. Really happy with all the commitment and innovation to provide this kind of technology to us. So this device designed and created by Miss Sun is the first contactless device care with FDA approved 510K. With the average efficacy of 94.7% protein removal. So this, if you do the intense cleaning mode, it's able to achieve 99.999% disinfection rate, and it is actually granted the Innovative Medical Device by National Food and Drug Administration in 2024. That is quite a feat. So the concept of this device, what we call harnessing nature, powered by science. So why do we say that? So if you know about the body's natural defense system, our white blood cells actually produce HOCl, or we call it hypochlorous acid, when they are attacking bacterial disinfection in our body. This is what it looks like when what we call the phagocytosis occur. Somewhere like you have heard of it during your secondary school years in biology. So yeah, it kills bacteria, virus, and fungus very effectively, and they are also a very strong protein removal agent. So of course, something inspired by nature, it is safe for your lungs and even safe for your eyes. So this is how actually we redefine contact lens care. So the basic breakdown of this technology is a patented one called ELEPY, E-L-E-P-Y, patented ELEPY technology, combines two technology. The first one is electrolysis, back to memory lane in your secondary school years on chemistry, and electrophoresis. So electrolysis is actually used in electrochemistry to break down chemical compounds, while electrophoresis used in biomedicine, it's used to separate RNA, DNA, and protein molecules. But because of this controlled system, you are able to put two technology in one device. And this is one of the reactions where they produce HOCl. So the first step for this technology is the sterilization. So when the electrolysis occur in the device, it will produce this compound, what we call HOCl, and this is a disinfecting agent. So we call that chlorine-containing solution, and they will denature, more like deactivating the bacteria. And in that sense, you actually kill off the bacteria. So the next step would be protein breakdown. So with the introduction of electric and also oxidizing hydrolyzed peptide bonds, or however you want to call it, when you break down a large molecule, in chemistry we know that when they are broken down, they are separated into two parts, two smaller parts, one positively charged and one negatively charged. So because of this breaking down of peptide bonds, in this case is protein, you are able to cause the protein to denature and ionically charge. And then protein deposit removal, it's done by electrolysis. So what this does is that even microscopic proteins is able to extract out from the next of the contact lens material, the voids. And now, less talking, let's see some actual proof. Please, Eugene, just turn on the slide there. Just a quick one. So what I have here is multi-purpose solution, two identical brand of contact lenses, a device, and saline. We'll see how it works. So sometimes protein, it can be transparent. It's not easily visible to our naked eye. But we also know when we use fluorescein to stain contact lenses, usually you can't remove them from soft lenses. Of course, we can't use RGB because even with saline, you can just rinse off the fluorescein. So we will do something a little bit more extreme with soft contact lenses. So now let's stain the contact lens. We will do a comparison between ReO2 and the traditional method of multi-purpose solution, because we want to compare the process that takes the shortest time. Okay, first one. Contact lens with fluorescein, knowing that it is a very stubborn stain to remove. But this one, we will put into the device. All we need is just a line. Of course, this is no gimmick. It's no gimmick, no chemical. So. Just for the extreme, because the standard procedure or time taken for the device is 10 minutes, you're just going to do 10 minutes. Just a few taps of power on, standard cleaning, pick your lenses, daily lenses, and you just restart. So this one, we will put them aside until later. While the second lenses, we'll try with multi-purpose solution. Alright, same thing again, a stained contact lens. Very stubborn fluorescent stain. This one we will clean with the multifocal solution. Sorry about that. See? Our staff is so quick and efficient. Need any service, just look for them. Okay. So this one with multifocal solution. There's still some fluorescence left, but we're gonna go one extra step. Shit. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So we're gonna soak them with the multifocal solution until the end of the presentation. Okay, so we're just going to leave that at the moment until the end of the presentation, and we will see the results. Now we'll go back to the computer right there. Technical issues here. Okay, all right. So yeah. So again, the general tech that is going behind it is from the So the first step would be on electrophoresis, where they denature the protein and then break it down to become ionically charged, while the HOCl also disinfect the lens within the solution, while the current is running through the solution. Then electrolysis will extract out the electrolysis will actually extract out the protein molecules within the mesh, including the microscopic ones. Wait, I'm so sorry, what's going on? Okay, so why we call it reoxygenate? It's because when you look at the third graphic, it actually extracts out the microscopic protein within the mesh, and it actually refracts the whole piece of lens. So when you have no blockage within the mesh, it will be close to like the first time you open the blister in your contact lens. That's why you maximize the oxygen transferability, and that is why we call it the REO, reoxygenate. And this is some graphics provided by research centers. After just 10 minutes of cleaning, it becomes from this to this. And in microscopic view, the presence of bacteria are actually eliminated into this. Now, this device, again, it's the minimum time needs to actually clean the lens is 10 minutes. And they claim to have at least 50% protein removal. But generally, it will remove 94.7% of protein, if I'm not wrong. But generally, it's about 94%, up to 94%. And if you do the enhanced mode, which is the intense cleaning mode, you can remove 95% at least, up to 99.999% of protein deficits. So we're going to have a look at a research here. It is a multi-center research study done in collaboration of multiple institutions. They are doing a study comparing ReO2 versus the traditional method, multi-purpose solution and protein removal. So comparing between these two. And some of you may know the protein remover is the one that you gotta put two solutions in, you gotta shake it a little bit in a little vial. Yeah, for some reason we can't stay in there. So yeah, let's have a look at the results. So the yellow highlighted one is on bacterial activity, and the red one is on protein deposits. I believe some of you at the back can't actually see that well. Okay, anyway. So the control group, which is the combination of protein removal and multi-purpose solution, versus the experimental group of the ReO2. After testing, there is 100% negative activity of bacteria. So this already shows that bacterial elimination is very efficient. While the multi-purpose solution combined with protein removal will still have about 10% of bacteria left. And if you look at the protein, the results for protein removal, the experimental group has a whopping 96.4% protein removal versus the control group of 85.7. So this actually shows that innovation of technology, you can use lesser time, yet even more efficient than our traditional methods. Even for this case, it's not fair play because they are using two solutions, multi-purpose and protein removal. Yet, it is not as efficient as this ReO2. So this makes the whole concept very simple. No harsh chemicals, no complicated steps, no overnight waiting period, no multi-purpose solution, and even it's portable. You can just bring them anywhere, even on the flight. And you don't need to bring multiple solutions even if you go on flight. All you need is a travel pack saline or maybe even strips of saline. So everything with just a few taps of a button. And this type of design actually aligns with our modern lifestyle. As we know now, in our very fast pace, we don't want to waste time. We don't want to spend time cleaning contact lenses actively. You can just even start the device and just have your morning bath. And by the time you're ready, it's ready. So this device, quite simple and straightforward. You have three of them, one for the soft lenses, one for the GP lenses, and one for the scleral lenses. And this is the name of the patented technology, ELEPY. ELEPY soft, ELEPY GP, ELEPY scleral. Then again, as recommended by most optometrists for contact lens care, the vial is recommended to change every 6 months. The contact lens case, the disposable case right here, and here, and here. So with this existence of this technology, this is actually a new standard of contact lens hygiene that we are supposed to set. Because right now, again, as technology advances, our mindset, our standard should also improve as well. So clean lens, healthier eyes every time, because there's no harsh chemicals, there's no preservatives, and with just sunlight. Now we are not just improving a product. This is redefining what contact lens should look like in the future. So with that said, we only have one pair of eyes, and of course we need to take good care of them. If we lose it, we can't transplant it. The only thing we can transplant is cornea, and not everyone is a good match for each other. So everyone's eyes, especially contact lens wearer, deserve the best care for their eyes. And we like everyone to join us together to reinvent contact lens care, especially for you, your practice, and most importantly, your contact lens patients. Thank you. That's a very short one. So now let's have a look at the results. We'll see how it goes between these. Sorry, let's just switch the screen over. Okay, I'm not sure if this is it obvious through the slit lamp, but let's have a look. Some of this off. Okay, if you can see, there's a little bit of staining yet on the contact lenses, yellow spots. Can you guys see that? Yeah, so this is after rubbing and soaking on the contact lens. Now let's have a look at the REO. Now let's have a look. It is very, very clear, as if it's like a new piece of lens. Obviously this is new because we just opened it up on the blister, but it is still yet so transparent. This is how strong it is. And fluorescein is not a protein, yet you are able to remove the stain, a very stubborn stain from fluorescein. This is, I don't know, to me it's really amazing. I can't believe everything can be achieved with just survive. Usually we need to put the silicone pad over, and yeah, there won't be any leakage, so don't worry about that. Travel back. Alright, that is all for our presentation. Thank you so much.
I think a big thank you to team members. They have prepared quite tirelessly for today. As well, they're very excited about the new products that we're having. Putting much thoughts and much effort how to bring this message across to our guests. A lot of people have asked me the validity of the 3&I care. We are still in the process of registration with the FDA. I would target between 4 months to 6 months from now. Yeah, 4 to 6 months. Max 6 months. So the registration will be approved by the FDA like that. For all the categories, the ELEPY soft, ELEPY RGP, RGP, ELEPY square. So all three submissions and then we will get approval. Now is February, so it's 4 to 6 months, July, August, Christmas presents. Okay, thank you very much. Now I'll probably have to pass the floor back to Mr. Emmanuel Zala.
Well, so now let's go back to contact lenses after the contact lens solution.